The SEC case against Ripple is almost over, which is the best sign for going up. This is the most important XRP Ripple movie ever. There are not many people who are ready for the price of XRP coins to rise so quickly. That sounds cool, doesn't it? The price of XRP could go through the roof and hit $30,000, 0 cents. Check out the whole video. Allow us to commence a long and difficult court case between Ripple Labs and the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, is almost over. This time, Ripple and the SEC have asked the Manhattan District Court to lift the injunction that kept them from fined $125 million, 0 cents. They are now asking the court to fine them $50 million, 0 cents, which is much less than the original amount. Ripple should keep the other $75 million, 0 cents. The SEC and Ripple have both asked the Manhattan District Court to lift the order in their case and let go of the $125 million, 0 cents civil penalty that was being held in escrow. This is seen as a huge sign that the last part of this important case is about to begin by a famous crypto voice on X, Idioto Fina. Supporters of XRP have had to deal with years of legal uncertainty that made them doubt the token's legitimacy and performance on the market. The phrase, "the end is coming," really hits home with these people. In this case, it's never been about Ripple. The crypto industry saw Judge Annalisa Torres's landmark decision last year that XRP sold on public platforms is not a security, as a threat to its very existence. The decision was seen as a win for both Ripple and the whole digital asset business, but there were still some issues like the end punishment that kept the lawsuit open. Another well-known analyst, John Squire, said that the SEC's latest move is a striking change in tone. Barry Gensler's leadership used to lean toward an aggressive enforcement-heavy approach. This new joint application shows a more cooperative, even practical way of thinking, referring to the SEC's latest move. Even though the report was very important, the crypto market didn't even blink in the hours after it came out. XRP went down, but that wasn't because of the news itself. It was because the market as a whole was feeling bad that day, even if the price doesn't show it legally or symbolically. This is a big deal. This case was once thought to be the one that would decide the legal future of crypto, and it may now end with a kiss, a fine, and a clear path for Ripple, but not everything is set in stone yet. Judge Torres has said in the past that some parts of the legal process in this case were wrong, and she has warned that an indication both Ripple and the SEC say that these conditions have been met. It's not just about money. After all, this is one of the most watched court cases in the history of crypto. If the judge agrees, Ripple will pay the $50 million, 0 cents, get the $75 million, 0 cents back, and have its biggest win to date. And the business would no longer be against the government. The company would be the one that stood firm and helped change how digital assets are regulated in the US. Of course, experts couldn't do nothing while this was going on. They already think something huge will happen. XRP will suddenly go up, which might surprise everyone. This move is so sudden and shocking that even buyers who have been holding for a long time might be shocked. The next thing is absolutely huge. Everyone in the crypto market, including John Squire, said that XRP is the new Bitcoin. That's a big claim, but it shows that more and more people think XRP could be the next big thing in the world of finance, not as digital gold, but as digital infrastructure. There's a lot going on Twitter, and the Monix hinted that XRP is very close. Are you happy with that? Being patient will pay off in the end. X Finance gives the truth about the recent drop in prices. Are you afraid about the drop in XRP and want to sell? Don't move so quickly. Ripple's plans are slowly coming together. It's not just hyped up tweets, they say. The XRP believers believe that the hard work is almost over and the reward is on the way. But some of the most shocking claims come from famous people like Pompous, who recently made headlines by saying that XRP could reach $10,000, 0 cents one day. This isn't just a fantasy. It's based on a detailed explanation of how money moves. His main idea is to tokenize real assets. Some of the things that are changing the way money moves around the world are digitizing debt markets and looking for faster, cheaper, cross-border settlement. XRP is at the center of this change for Pompous. If it can get even 10% of the $7 trillion, $500 billion, 0 cents a day Forex market and tokenize some real world assets, A lot of people think about this argument. He says that the market should be used to measure tokens that are used in payment layers that move quickly. Some people don't agree with this because it leads to a market value in the quadrillions, which is much bigger than the world economy. Fans, on the other hand, say that we should think about assets like XRP in terms of their usefulness instead of their fixed value. It doesn't make sense to prize XRP like a stock or product if it becomes an important part of infrastructure. Jack the Rippler tweeted that XRP could go up to $30,000 0 cents, which made everyone gasp. People who use XRP no longer think in cents, they think in thousands. Pompous has a direct answer for people who laugh at the idea of XRP hitting $10,000 0 cents. If you think that XRP would never hit $10,000 0 cents, you'll never win. But from his point of view, not believing in big numbers is the real mistake because it doesn't take into account the conditions that could make it happen. With XRP's price at about $2 0 cents, the rise to $10,000 0 cents seems crazy at 45,445%. Next, we'll talk about XRP and Ripple's newest partnership. The partnership is really big. Ripple, this is the best sign the crypto world has seen in years. What comes next could make you question everything you thought you knew about XRP. Ripple's recent move to strengthen its ties with Japan's Web3 ecosystem is a big step forward for XRP's long-term value and use around the world, as well as for Japan's blockchain industry. Web3 Salon and Ripple recently announced a new grant program. Japanese trade officials and the Asia Web3 Alliance back the scheme. Japan startups working on XRP-based projects can get up to $200,000 0 cents for each one. The program focuses on decentralized finance, digital payments, and tokenized real-world assets to spark new ideas. It isn't just giving to businesses. The Japanese tech scene is known for having a lot of good people and clear rules, but it can be hard for new companies to get started. Ripple is laying the groundwork for a new generation of XRP-powered solutions that could quickly spread across Asia and beyond by funding potential projects and letting people use its global network of partners and experts. The plan from Ripple is more than just giving money to startups through Web3 salons, lessons, and networking events. They will be able to get help with going global and following the rules. All of these support systems are meant to lower hurdles, speed up growth, and make a strong place where people can help each other. All users, including devs. There will be a number of community events over the next 12 months to help people work together, get investors excited, and find out more about what the XRP ledger can do. Japanese culture is growing, and